Hey guys, what's up? On my Instagram, I saw someone mentioning that they want a video on how to ask for feedback. I have split this complete topic into two videos. This video is going to be about how to ask feedback. Another video I have made is about how to provide feedback. If you want to watch that video, you can click here and go to that video. I'm going to take you through some steps and tips that you can use to ask feedback from your next feedback sessions. And at the end, I'll also give you a template that you can use to ask for feedback. So let's get right on the video. The first step is setting the context. People who you are taking feedback from might not be aware of what problem you are solving or what exactly are you doing. And asking feedback without any context is like lifting 20 kilograms of weight on your first day to gym. You might be able to do it, but it's going to be very hard, painful, and not very useful. Therefore, setting context is a crucial step because this will determine what's going to come next and what kind of feedback you will be receiving from the person. While setting context, you have to mention four things. First, what problem you are trying to solve. The second, what users are you solving this for? The third, how much time did you spend making the current thing that you are presenting? And how much more time do you have to act on the feedback that you will get? And the last thing, briefly describe how you solved the problem and why you did so. Many designers, what they do is when they present or when they ask for feedback, they describe the user interface that they have made, which is somewhat redundant because people can already see what they are looking at, right? You don't have to describe what user interface you have designed. Rather, what you have to do is you have to explain why you did so. If you explain that, if you do that, that's much more organic and much more valuable for the person who you want feedback from. Number two, feedback guidance. Many designers, young and even seasoned designers, sometimes what they do is they don't guide on what particular thing do you need feedback on. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are presenting a high fidelity wireframe and you want feedback on the structure of the designs. When you're presenting these wireframes, you didn't communicate this. What happened in that feedback session was you got feedback on everything like the copy, the UI, and even the information architecture, but not on the structure of the wireframe, which was important to you because you wanted feedback on the structure rather than everything else. In that way, that feedback session was a waste of time and it was totally unproductive. Guiding on what you need feedback on is very important. It helps the discussion stay focused and it helps make the critique session more useful and productive, both for yourself and the person who is giving you the feedback. Number three, give freedom. So it's common for people that when you ask for their feedback, they might hold back something and not be very honest or truly honest with you. There might be many reasons of it. One of which can be they know that you've been working on this problem for so long and you have worked really hard for it. The another thing is they just don't want to hurt your feelings. So as someone who's asking for feedback, it's your duty to make them comfortable and open. Just tell them that you want their honest and only honest opinion on this. And anything they hold back will be harmful to you than useful to you. One way of achieving this complete honesty is by using a simple technique used by UX researchers during usability testing sessions. That is, they say that they have not designed something or they are not even related to what you are being shown. Doing this eliminates that they might feel bad if I said that feeling from user's mind and opens the ground for them to be completely honest and articulate. You know that people are more comfortable talking about things when they talk to your back rather than in front of you. So using this technique might be a very good thing. And since they'll know that you are not the designer, they'll be very honest. One thing that you have to keep in mind is you have to keep a glass of cold water with you because you can use that to apply on the burns that you will get after this session. If you're watching this video so far, please show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. The next thing is make sure you stay silent. Like not for the whole session, but for most of the time. Getting feedback is like user testing. You don't tell the users how to interact or justify every decisions you have made in the designs. You watch them and you realize what mistakes you have made and then you fix them later. Justifying your design decisions during a feedback session influences the user's upcoming feedback. You've got to understand that during a feedback session, people see what they see. They don't have any more context than what you have provided to them. They are your best chance of getting an external perspective, and you have to remember, you don't have to implement every feedback that you will get during a feedback session, but it's important to consider everything before you discard a particular feedback. During a feedback session, you are there to listen, document, and fake a smile, especially if you're getting destroyed in that feedback session. Number 5, ask questions. Now, it might sound a little bit counterproductive to my last point, which is stay silent, but what I mean by ask questions is clarify. Sometimes what might happen is during a feedback session, you might not understand the feedback that you're getting, or you might have questions, or the feedback is too open-ended or vague for you to take action on. In cases like these, ask the person who's giving you feedback questions to clarify and get more clarity on what they actually want to communicate. And lastly, be patient, be inviting, and be open to everything and anything they have to say for whatever you are presenting. So all the points that I've mentioned so far should be compressed in a nutshell and communicated in one sentence or two before you start getting feedback. One way to do this is by using this template that I'm going to provide to you now. Hey, I'm trying to accomplish XYZ, the problem, for ABC demographic, the users. I had this much time to do it, and this has to be delivered by the time that you have. I tried to solve this by describing what you did. What do you think? Let me know your feedback. Using this template will help you encapsulate and communicate everything that I mentioned so far. And let me know in the comments, how did this template help you in your upcoming feedback sessions? So that's been it, guys. This is how I recommend you start asking feedback from your next feedback session. Taking feedback is not that hard. You know what's hard? Life. So finally, summarizing everything that I mentioned so far in the video, before you start taking feedback, you have to set the context, give freedom to the people, guide what you want feedback on, stay silent, and ask questions to clarify the feedback that they have given. If you do these 5 steps, I'm sure you'll get much better feedback from the next time than you're getting right now. Now, part 2 of this video will be how to give feedback. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that video here and you can click and watch that video. I'll also link that below the like button in the description below. If you have watched this video so far and enjoyed it and liked it or found it valuable, make sure you share this to someone who can benefit from it. Let me know in the comments if I missed something to mention in this that I should have. If you have any feedback for me on how I make my videos and how can I improve my videos, I'm all ears. If you're new to this channel, then welcome. What's up? Welcome to the squad. My name is Manav Madan. I'm a designer and researcher based out of New Delhi, India. I share resources, industry insights, best practices, and even bring design experts on the channel so we can learn from them how to be a better designer and how to grow and pivot our career. So make sure to subscribe. I also have a podcast called Elements of Design Podcast. Link to that will be in the description below. Until next time, this is Manav Madan. You are watching UX and More. Chenkwe.